We have the creators of the most popular cartoon that's currently on the giant banner of Newgrounds today, Satina.
Satina, yay!
Satina!
If you don't laugh at a joke, I can tell you exactly which joke that he wrote, and I can tell you. Yeah,
if you didn't find anything funny, that's because I wrote it and not Hannah. She wrote it in every single way, and I'm paid to say that.
Satina came about. She was originally called Banshee, and then I realized, like, oh yeah, banshees are like an Irish myth, and people are gonna shit on me for that. I came up with the Satina because it's girl Satan.
I'm glad you changed the name because we all know how aggressive those Irish people can get, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like
I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have publicly stated before that if there is like a group crowdfund effort gives us $50,000, we will in graphic detail animate the 3-minute conception.
I thought it was 30 minutes.
You know how it sounds like he's walking away when he says, I fucking love beer? That's because he was actually walking away from his mic when he said that. That's what the audio sounded like to us.
Oh, I was wondering if that was a...
But my one friend, Cooper, who did a lot of backgrounds for Satina, Professor Clockwork, I remember saying to him, hey, dude, you're not going to believe this because you love JoJo, right? The voice actress for Lucia did voice work on JoJo, and he just goes to me and he says, I don't like the fucking dub.
Ouch, dude. Damn.
So Hannah, she came up with this sort of stuff for her, and she was working on her little short at school, which was that Satina wants a glass of water. And even before she had done that, she had posted a little picture of Dave and Satina, and I believe Dave was wearing a shirt saying, I fucked the demon queen of hell, and all I got was this bastard child. And I think Satina was just wearing a shirt that said, I love my dad. I always told Hannah that it would have been funny if her shirt had said, I can't read. But, you know, and that started our long relationship of her not listening to my ideas.
It's true.
But
that got on the Shaggy Shat list.
Someone posted that image on 4chan, on Co. And one of the guy who I'm partners with, Arnold, who was at the time the other half of Scumhouse, we were trying to get ourselves off the ground with so we have a few IPs that we're working on. But he saw this and was like, Shaggy, you need to check this out. I think this is going to be big. We should definitely contact her before someone else does. Just that one image, because we saw the kind of response it was already getting on Twitter and on Co. And we were like, shit, okay, so let's message her and pretend that we're like way more like competent than what we are, and we tricked her, and we've managed to keep it alive. And then they started
harvesting me for my money.
Yeah, and then we managed to keep that dream alive. And then she posted her final student project on YouTube, and we're like, sweet, we hope this gets like a few thousand views.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to get anything because at that time, my channel was just a dumping ground for my schoolwork. So I put my animation file,
portfolio, of course,
animation file, my final of this like little cartoon version of me walking around my desk, and it was really bad, and I didn't know how to like composite it on the video, so it was just the camera was just moving around while the room was just, because my school doesn't teach me anything. You can cut that out. And I just like made it public. It's like, I don't know, nobody's gonna see this. I'm just gonna put it on my portfolio website and have a link to it.
Whoops.
And it exploded.
Yeah, and then Satina was like, we were watching the view count because I was in contact with these guys, and I was just like, oh, these guys, they have a studio. Cool. They seem to realize it into a bigger thing. So I stuck around with them. We made a group chat. We were just starting to be friends. It was the start of a beautiful relationship. And we were all watching the view count rise, and I was just like, oh wow, it has 100,000 views. Oh wow, it has 500,000 views. And then one day I got 1 million views, and we were all shocked.
This one got 2 million in 2 days, basically.
It got 2 million in 4 days, and that's insane.
I remember we had a lot of battles about how buff Dave should look. You know, in the cartoon.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, you know, like I get the dad bod thing, but can you make the dad bod kind of like hotter? You know,
make it more tone, more biceps,
more bulge in the pants.
Yeah, little. That's when we had talks about that.
Otherwise, I'm walking.
For real, one of the issues that we did run into was what's funny is that it was, even when we did have the money, those rare moments where like, sweet, I think we're fine, is just because you have the money doesn't mean you have like a good way to spend it. Like just finding the right people. Like it took us ages to find the voice actor for Lucia and Satina because we really didn't want Hannah to continue voicing both the characters like she did in her short. We wanted to try and get actual VAs. And look, I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, we preferred the original VAs," but you know,
the thing is, I'm not a voice actor. I don't do this professionally, and I just did those voices to get a grade on my short. I would have involved other people if I had the time or money.
Yeah, like the circumstances.
Yeah, so I just ended up voicing them with my shitty god awful voice, and people liked it for some reason.
I was recording in my old apartment. In my old apartment, I was rooming with my friend, and he had turned his closet into a recording booth. But it was just literally like this very skinny closet last year in LA, and it was really hot. And to get the best sound quality, we would have to close windows, turn off air conditioner, and all that stuff. And I remember, since there's a lot of panicky screams, I was like just taking in a lot of the oxygen in the room, and I'd just be running out. And I remember, like, so many times, like in between takes, to be like, "Oh, can you give me one more?" And I'd be like, "1 second." Like having to open the door and take a breath, and I'd be like, "Carlos, give me another Red Bull." You know?
You guys see what I mean now when I'm saying like fucking diva over here?
Yeah. Get me my
Just
sweat
get
towel.
in the closet and say the lines.
Yeah.
Get in your
and
fucking
suffocate if you have to.
But
it actually added to the role. Like, it added the panic, you know? Because that's what I like. That's what I liked about Dave is he reminds me of those characters like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar, or like a Chris Farley movie, or like
very
Hal.
neurotic.
Yeah, like Hal and Malcolm in the
nervous.
Middle, like Bryan Cranston's, like kind of just like someone like on the edge, like trying, like the tension of trying to deal with his like shenanigans and stuff. Like I love that. Like that's my shit, man. I love that kind of thing, and that's why I really
wanted to portray that in his character when I created him, and you just brought him to life completely. And I'm super happy with the voice work you did.
Guys, I'm not going to expose ourselves here, but there is an error in the current upload on YouTube that isn't in the Newgrounds one, because we're able to fix it because Newgrounds has this fantastic fucking feature.
You could swap the video file in the
You can
Newgrounds
just
project.
swap the video file out, and it doesn't remove your views or the comments or anything.
Yeah.
Tom Fulp, that was an amazing fucking idea.
Tom, to me, is like the light side of Mark Zuckerberg. Like
Dark Zuckerberg.
The anti-Mark Zuckerberg.
I actually talked to Han some days ago, and I told him that I define him as the masturbating Mr. Rogers of the internet.
Tom? Yes, he's the masturbating Mr. Rogers of the internet. He is.
Look,
he should. I think the older he gets, he should start wearing those cardigans. You know.
It's such a great community. It's
collaboration.
It's definitely going to become a very important resource for us when we're developing episodes 2 and 3 in the coming year.
I noticed that there's this solitaire addiction arc kind of building here.
Yeah. So like, it's a recurring theme that Dave is just so boring that the only thing he's got going for him is just playing solitaire.
And like losing, like everyone we worked with was so excited for us, stuff like that. And I don't know, we're just sitting there like we'd been shot.
Yeah, I remember like Hannah and you both said almost word for word, like, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I think I'm gonna
guys,
go
I think I need some
take a
time to
breath.
myself.
Yeah.
Are there pictures of my face on the internet? I think I'm going to take those down now.
Like, I feel like I felt that because I've been in like a horrible car accident before, and it felt like physically the same sensation.
So brace yourselves, everyone out there who's making any cartoon, to feel like you just got out of a car accident.
You're
horrible
about
car
to die.
accident. Yeah. Arnold has weird fears. He was telling me about some.
Yeah, Arnold is afraid of dinosaurs because he had a bad experience at a dinosaur museum.
He fell into a pit where there was an animatronic dinosaur, and he screamed and passed out.
He was like 5 years old.
Is this real?
He got taken to a dinosaur museum, and he like fell into a pit, and he got like almost eaten by an animatronic dinosaur. And he was like, every time he sees a frog or a lizard or something, he's like, I don't like that, man. I don't like this.
So like Jurassic Park is too real for him.
It's too real, yeah.
Speaking of strange fears in Africa, I had I had this classmate back in middle school when I was living in Spain at the time. I was going to an international school, and there was this like kid in my class, and we were like doing a project, and I was looking for pictures of animals for the project, and I was flipping through like, I think it was Google image search, and like a big elephant appeared, and he was like, you know, and I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I have a fear of elephants, and I'm like, really? Are you kidding? He's like, no, I'm not. And then I was like, who the hell is afraid of elephants? And then he said like, well, my family and I were in a car, and we got attacked by an elephant, and it was like tumbling and rolling the car for like 50 minutes.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, of course, you're from Africa. That's actually like something that could be a problem.
Yeah,
like
that's real.
For me, you only see them in zoos, but for him, it's like they're around. You
They're
know?
real. They're real, and they're here.
There was speaking of both elephants and falling into pits. My dad, who has one eye, was filming an elephant, and it was one of those old VHS cameras where you had to put that little suction cuppy thing on your eye, so he could only see what he was looking at through the camera because he can't see it with the eye.
No.
And he was walking around, and we have this wonderful video from where I was a child of me standing there waving with an elephant behind me. Okay. And suddenly my dad just falling into a pit.